All right, take a moment to read through this mixture problem. So you may want to pause and come right back. As we do this, we're going to be keeping up with some information on a table. So that's what these lines are for, is just to make sense of the info that we have. All right, I'm trusting that you've read through it. So we have solution 1, I'm going to call it, and solution 2, and then we have the new or the total solution, or, the new mixture, whatever you want to think of it as. So those are our 3 components. So the first one, it says there's 6 liters of it. So that's what's going to go here. The amount is 6, and we don't know the percentage of that one. 4 liters of a 16% solution. So 4 liters of a 16% solution, and they mix together to create a 40% solution. So we got lots of blanks. We're going to fill those in, but I do want you to think about if you had some solution with some amount of alcohol in it, some percent of alcohol, and you mix it with 16% and you end up with 40%. Think about where you had to start, right? The 16% lowered whatever it started with so that it ended up at 40%. So, sort of think through what's going to make sense here. If you get an answer like that it started out at 10%, that doesn't make sense, right? 10% of one solution and 16% of another wouldn't combine to give you 40% solution, a 40% solution. So, all right, the amount, if we put in 6 liters of one thing and 4 liters of another, then our total is 10. So that's kind of nice that this is just a sum of the numbers above it. All right. But the question is find the percent concentration of the first solution. So that is our X value. All right. This column is the product. That just means the answer you get when you multiply. So 6 times X is 6X. And then 4 times 16%. You can think of that as 4 times 0.16. And that is 0.64 or 0.64 if you want to write it that way. And then 10 times 40% is 10 times 0.4. Sorry for the delay there. All right. And 10 times 0.4 is 4, right? We're just moving that decimal over. Okay. So now the question is, how do we use this information? So when you're doing these, you're going to use these in an equation. So you're going to add the top 2 together. So 6X plus 0.64 equals this new or total solution. So it equals 4. Now you've got a nice little algebra problem and you can do some solving. So we're going to subtract 0.64 from both sides. And let me see what I got. 3 point something, 3.36. And then we divide both sides by 6. And X is 0.56. Now, we need our answer as a percent, right? We change these percents to decimals. So we need to change our decimal back to a percent, and you just multiply by 100. Super simple. 56% is the answer to this question. Now go back, think, does that answer make sense? Yeah, we knew it shouldn't be too low, right? If it starts at 56%, we add 4 liters of 16% solution, that's going to lower the percentage overall somewhat. So it lowers it to 40%. So that makes sense. All right, 56%. I hope that mixture problem helps you. I'll see you in the next one.